Hi, Aries. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. This is your reading for 2023. Okay. How do I put it? I have a little, oh, excuse me. I've been eating grapes like crazy. I have these black grapes. They're amazing. Um, I have a little mini message. So I know you're Aries and I know you're ruled by Mars and I know you're really fiery and you like to do things and you like to get things done and get it to I got it because I'm ruled by Mars as well. I'm a Scorpio, so I got it. It's time to move. It's time to move. Um, but this is the metaphor. So, as many of you know, I used to live in New York, and the way the traffic lights were set up in Manhattan on certain avenues was that you had to know the number, right? And if you knew the number, you could get there in like this really convenient. So it was 27. I think it was 27. I used to live on 10th Avenue, and 10th. I lived in the what they call Hell's Kitchen, which was just west of the theaters and just west of Times Square. It's really in the middle of the city. And if you got an old time cabbie, like not an Uber driver, like an old time cabbie who knew the streets, he didn't pay attention to GPS. He knew what he was doing, or she. And anyway, I had to go up to Harlem. So I went from 50th Street to about 130 something Street, which is like 4 miles, And usually it's like stop, go, stop. Anyway, this one, 27 miles per hour. We didn't hit one light. We didn't hit one light. It was green, 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 green. And there's a traffic light on every single corner. And I feel like that's the energy. It's like use your energy wisely. Use your energy, but use it wisely. Enough, like enough. And I made a big pot of coffee because I love to do videos at night that I've discovered, right? And I purposely didn't have the coffee, even though it's like sitting there and it's huge before I did this video because it's like, don't be speedy, Jeffrey. And sometimes I'm a little speedy. So that's the little message for the year. All right, now please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. Please become a member. Membership allows you to watch the weekly videos that I do for all signs, commercial free. So weekly, I do weekly wanderings with Nancy Jean. She reads 5 stones in the Oracle Garden, which is a really wonderful, wonderful tool that I use. And I offer private readings. I offer IET, which is a healing modality. The information is on my website. Please go check it out. It can really help move energy. And I'm planning a lot of new things this year. I really am. So I would say what they are, but part of me doesn't even know what they are. Well, I'm just going to move in a steady way. I don't remember the Scorpio reading. I did it already, but I don't remember. Yeah. All right. So we begin with the 10. So 10 is completion, and it's the end of a certain way of thinking, and a new dawn is rising. So maybe I planted a little seed for you. I'll have tea. It's mint. A new dawn is rising. It's like I used to think that way. Now I think in a different way. And then we have, the angels coming to help you. This is Archangel Michael. Pay attention to the omens because there are little birds up here. I don't know if you can see. They're little seagulls. That's like the lazy way to draw a bird, like a little M. Um, I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of insight because you let go of an old way of thinking toward community, toward sharing, toward this came up for Taurus. I just did Taurus. Um, like a balanced way. There's this energy of like balance coming in. It's like, yeah, well, and I get it because I'm so like that. I'm so like that. I have Jupiter in Aries, so it's exaggerated. Um, I like somebody. I'll call them in a couple of days. I really want this job. I took all the action I could take, and now I'm going to like relax and be open. And it's a little bit like that. Yeah, because you're being led on a new path. You're being led on a new path that is more intuitive, that's more instinctive. But you know, I can only imagine, if you're the type of Aries that is like a typical Aries, like it's like, oh, really, really, yeah, really, because that's when the new ideas will come. Sometimes when we quiet our minds down, I mean, like I meditate every day, and I have been for many years. And, a big part of the reason I do it is to quiet my mind, to let new ideas and new thoughts come in, as opposed to, I got to get this done. And then, it's like, it's not that that thought doesn't come up, but it'll get done. It'll get done. Oh, I have to have it done in an hour. Maybe it'll take you 2 hours. Maybe it'll take you four. Maybe you'll be in the middle of it and say, I think I'm going to take a break, or maybe I need help with this, or maybe I could look at it in a different way, a little bit like that. But this is really clear thinking. This is really clear thinking. But I feel like um, there's, because I have Archangel Michael here, and I have like the card of intuition here, or one of the cards of intuition. It's like, I feel like it's time to maybe slow down, right? Like you'll get to 132nd Street in a more efficient manner if you go 27 miles an hour as opposed to 40. Stop. 40. Stop. Yeah, it's a complete transformation. It's a complete transformation. It's like, I don't know why I'm moving so slowly, but I am, and it seems to be working. Because I've let go of, it's interesting. Sometimes when I let go of a certain way of thinking or a certain way of doing things, and like a month or two later, or 6 months later, or whatever it is, it's like, oh, this is actually working better, or I don't really recognize my actions anymore. I don't. That's a death card. The death card is fascinating. Like I don't really recognize myself anymore. I don't recognize the way I used to think, or the way I used to act, and it's okay. It's okay. Like I'm in something new, and I like it. It's almost like you were never athletic, and all of a sudden you're athletic, and it's like, oh, this is what it's like to be in my body. Or you used to overeat, and you just don't overeat anymore. Or it's like that. It's like, I don't know what happened, but I've been transformed. And in initially it's kind of unrecognizable, but it fits. It fits. Yeah, because my old way of doing things and being in anxiety and worry doesn't really work for me. It used to work for me, but it just doesn't work for me anymore. And you know what I'm getting? I'm getting like there's this energy of fear that's leaving, this energy of um, I'm not going to get what I need, or this energy of fear that's just dissipating. It's really interesting. Yeah, and love is coming in, and intuition is coming in, and kindness from yourself to yourself. But sometimes I think, I know for myself, like things really move much slower here, like much slower. And I had to go mail something at FedEx, and I figured out the best FedEx office because sometimes things are very inefficient. And some of these like small places, it's like, well, we do FedEx too. And it's like, oh, but we close from 1:30 to 3. It's like, I need to go to FedEx office. I need to know it's going to get there. Right. not somebody who's like playing FedEx. I need like the real FedEx, with the little uniform. And so I went there and I accomplished that. And it is such a different way of living than the way I used to live in New York. It's like I could get more done in a day than most people can get done in a week. Here, it just doesn't work like that. So I've had to like adjust, and actually, it's working. And then somebody was supposed to. I sent somebody a message at 11, and I was like, "Oh, they're not going to come," and blah 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 blah. And then anyway, at 4 o'clock, they came and they helped me with something, and it's like, did I get everything that I wanted to get accomplished for the week? No, but I accomplished some things today, and there's always tomorrow. Like that's the energy. That's the energy. It's like I have a goal, I have an experience, or I have I don't know, opportunity, whatever it is, and because the thing is like if the job is meant for you, even if you put the wrong name on the thing, it's going to be your job, right? If it's meant to you, it'll be. If it's not meant for you, it won't be. No, but I put so much effort into it, and if I don't get it, whatever it is, whether it's a job or relationship or an amount of money or whatever, it's like the more I like make myself crazy over it, like the further it gets from me. But if I get into that, with the fabulous cabbie, at 27 miles per hour, it's actually going to be a more efficient way of getting there. And I won't be all stressed. I think we have one light. But, because some of the cross streets are are busier, more important in a way. I think we have one light. Yeah. It's like coming out of this chaotic thinking, coming out of, you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that. You've changed. Your instincts have changed. Your passion has changed. Your your fear quotient has diminished. That's what I'm really getting. Yeah, and that's how you're going to manifest. That's how you're going to manifest because you have all the tools, and you're going to know how to use what tool at what time toward building something that's going to last. Again, follow your intuition. And this is the other thing I want to say. So this one, he's such a funny little card. It's the page. So pages have an energy of use. And because they have an inkling, they're not quite a knight yet, ready to take action. They're sort of like trying they're almost like little kids, It's almost like a little kid playing make-believe in a way. All the pages are like that. But the page of cups, he or she, because pages are a little bit, like a 12-year-old is like, is that a boy or a girl? I'm not really sure. And they might not be sure either, there's an energy in the page of cups. I always feel like it's like the 14-year-old, either a boy or a girl, and like they love their teacher, right? They love their teacher. And it's that energy of like innocence and love and hope and sweetness. There's a sweetness. And that's what I think is coming in. It's this energy of because sometimes we do things, or we try to do things, and it's like I'm doing it because I'm supposed to do it, right? I'm doing it because everyone told me to do it, or I'm doing it because I'm frightened. And I feel like the impetus, and that's the big death transformation here. The impetus is really like, I'm doing it because I love it. I'm doing it because it makes me feel alive, because it makes me feel hopeful. Yeah, that's the energy. Really nice. Feels really good. Now, if I done this on coffee, the whole video would have been like 10 minutes shorter. But I'm going to do the coffee for Leo because you're my first fire sign. I still have Sagittarius and Leo to do, so maybe they'll be speedier. I don't know. All right. At the end of a way of thinking, new clear ideas coming through that are more balanced, that'll help you manifest what it is you desire and something you can leave. You've really been transformed, and your thinking is different, and you're really not quite sure where it's coming from. It's coming from your dream life, and you're done with the anxiety and the fear and the depression. You're looking for it to be softer. And this is like the knight in shining armor, right? And this is really about being the knight in shining armor in your own life, right? Giving yourself the gift of walking away from chaos toward love. Really nice. Really nice. All right. Quite the year. Blessings.